This is the first video in a series of videos that I'm going to create in order to show how to install and configure a virtual lab environment on your Windows host machine. And before we go any further, I'm gonna show you a quick look on my host system that I'm using and what features I've installed. If I right click on the taskbar, uh, select Task Manager, and then the Performance tab, I can see a couple of devices connected to the system. We'll start off with the CPU first. I'm using a Intel i7 CPU running with a base speed of 3 gigahertz, one socket, and 4 cores and 8 logical processors. And of course, virtualization is enabled because this is essential for what we have to do. And if we don't have this, then any virtualization would not be possible. And the next thing is the memory installed on my host system. I've got 24 gigabyte of RAM installed on my system. It's running at the speed of 400 megahertz. It's got 6 slots on the motherboard with 4 gigabytes of data. 4 gigabytes of RAM sticks installed in each slot, and they're all DDR3. And the next thing would be the Ethernet adapter that I have installed on my motherboard. It's a single bit, it's a single port gigabit Ethernet adapter from Realtek, and it's on board. And I have I've got 3 disks installed on the system. 2 are SSDs, and the one is your normal HSD. And we are not going to be using any of these to store our virtual machines. In fact, what I'm going to do is I've created a shared folder on one of my NAS installed, the network attached storage servers installed on my local network. And I'm going to be saving and running all the virtual machines from there. So the first thing we're gonna do is install VirtualBox, Oracle's VirtualBox, and then I'm gonna create a couple of virtual machines. The first one would be a client machine that I'm going to use to configure other services running on that same lab network environment. And I'm gonna use Linux Mint as a desktop for that client. And after that, I'm gonna create a pfSense router virtual machine and use that as a gateway for my virtual network. And then I'm gonna create a virtual machine of a storage appliance called FreeNAS, also another open source operating system like pfSense. And I'm gonna show you how to configure that as well. So the next thing would be to download and install Oracle's VirtualBox application. As always, if you have any questions or requests on any topic for me to cover on this channel, then leave them under this video in the comment section. And don't forget to subscribe by clicking on the subscribe button.